Hey everyone, welcome to this month's housing market update on April 21st, 2023, where I'll give you some important housing market data both nationally and here in Hill Country, Texas, as well as some notable events going on in the news. But before we get started, if you would take a moment to hit the like button and click subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps me out a whole lot. Now let's get into it. First, let's take a look at some of the market data before we jump into the news. And on a national level, the days on market fell to 54 days, down from 67 days last month. But this isn't a huge surprise as we head into the summer selling season and things get busier. In a little bit of a twist, we have Redfin.com, who's reported the median sales price of homes across the US at $400,528, which is down 3% from last year. But the median list price, according to Realtor.com, is $424,495, which is up almost 6% last year. And this discrepancy is due to the over list price sales prices that we saw starting in the beginning of the summer last year. Across the US, new listings rose 11% from last month, but it's still down almost 20% from a year ago, and pending listings are down almost 25%. So while prices remain strong on average across the US, I know that there's pockets where prices are stronger and pockets where we're definitely seeing declines. But on average across the US, prices are remaining strong, but velocity is significantly slower than we saw last year. In Texas, the median sales price is $332,500, up nearly $5,000 from last month, but down 0.8% from a year ago. And closed sales are down 12.4% from a year ago, while active listings are up 113%. Across Texas, the days on market is steady from last month at 64 days, but up significantly from the 35 days that we saw a year ago. Inventory available in Texas rose slightly to 2.7 months, but that's still well below the neutral market of 6 months that we'd like to see. And homes are selling at 94.7% of their original list price. Across the San Antonio New Braunfels MSA, we saw median sales prices remain steady from last month at $310,000, down about 1.4% from a year ago, but up nearly 19% from March of 2021. And we'll continue to see a trend similar to this over the summer as we account for the spike that we saw last year and housing prices return to their normal growth pattern. Closed sales are down 12% and active listings are up 140% across the San Antonio New Braunfels area compared to last year. And months of inventory dropped slightly to 3.1 months, with homes selling at 94.2% of their original list price. Lack of inventory is becoming a major issue in the industry. As homeowners are stuck and unwilling to give up their low interest rate mortgages, the number of new homes on the market has risen significantly, and new homes now account for almost 1/3 of available inventory, up significantly from the 10% that we generally see. Last week, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics released the Consumer Price Index numbers, or CPI numbers, that showed inflation is slowing, posting only a 0.1% gain in March, compared to a 0.4% in February, with overall inflation of 5%. Although this is still much higher than the 2% that the Federal Reserve is aiming for. Recent inflation data from the UK pushed bond prices up, which has a major impact on mortgage rates. And that, along with the Federal Reserve's Jerome Powell repeatedly making clear that his target is 2% overall CPI, means that in the coming weeks we're likely to see mortgage rates continue moving up. Despite headlines since the midpoint of last year proclaiming that a recession is right around the corner, the data shows an economy that remains resilient. And while inflation is still a concern, the slowdown in CPI gain, as well as the low unemployment numbers, gives optimism for a strong housing market this summer. I hope you found this update helpful. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available to help. Thanks and have a great day.